Hey everybody, welcome to Memorial Stadium here in Baltimore. This is game one of the 1977 ALCS as figured out by the Strat-O-Matic computer. Of course, I played the 1977 White Sox all the way through and they managed only to get third place. So again, I'll refresh on the standings and I will do a recap of the Sox stats in another video, but just show what everybody did. Texas won by 5 games over Kansas City. Baltimore won by actually 2 games over Boston because I did play the tie-breaking game because they only played 161 instead of 162. But Boston lost that to Baltimore, so Baltimore actually won the division by 2 games. So in the real ALCS, the AL East team was the home team for the first 2, and the AL West team was the home team for the last 3. Ergo, we are in Memorial Stadium for the game between the Texas Rangers and the Baltimore Orioles. Now, unfortunately for Baltimore, they had to burn up Jim Palmer to reach this point, to make sure that they reached this point and not have to play a game 163 in a playoff game. So Jim Palmer will not be available until game 3 of the ALCS, and that'll be in Texas. If I can get this thing lined up right and not have it shake around on me. I'm trying to stabilize this thing and it doesn't want to do it. Boy, more trouble I have with this thing. Okay, hopefully that's now stabilized. The lineups, of course, I had to make up on my own because this was no ALCS like this. They didn't play this. So I tried to make what I would think would be the best lineups or most realistic lineups. So the starting pitchers for the Orioles will be Rudy May. He will get the nod in game 1. He was 18-14 with a 3.61 ERA. And opposing him will be Bert Blyleven of the Rangers, 14-12 with a 2.72 ERA. Game 2 starters will be Mike Flanagan for the Orioles and Gaylord Perry for the Rangers. So we'll go through the lineups as they come up, just to save a little time, because since I'm not doing this live, my recording time is a little bit truncated by the phone for whatever reason. One thing I do want to do before we get going is the ballpark effects. Of course, we're playing Super Advanced. So Baltimore in October, and I'm going to deem this to be a night game. So October 16-20 is bad weather, 5-15 is average, and 1-4 is good. So it's 7, which is average weather, which means singles are 1s and home runs are 9s for both teams. So singles, straight out 1, and home runs, straight out 9. And that's for both lefties and righties. All right, so that's out of the way. Now we're ready to go. Got my Super Advanced chart, the rule book, and the whole 9 yards. All right, so Rudy May finishing up his warm-up tosses as this ALCS game is about ready to get underway. Now I think everything is set up. I can sit down in the chair now and hopefully get this thing going. All right, so Bump Wills is going to lead off. I'll just run through the lineups very quickly. Wills, Campaneris, and then the 4Hs, the 4H club. Hara, Horton, Hargrove, and Henderson are all next, followed by Sundberg, Beniquez, and Washington. And then we'll do the Orioles lineup in the bottom of the first. Right now it's Bump Wills against Rudy May. Wills is a switch hitter. He will bat from the right-hand side, but of course with Rudy May, we'll check all Texas batters in their blue area facing the lefty. And it's underway, 4-4, so we're going off Rudy May. It's a fly ball center field X. Al Bumry is a 4E4, so tough chance right off the get-go. And a 4 and a 5, that's going to drop. So he won't be able to get to that, and Bump Wills can fly. 4 and a 5 is a single. We'll make sure there's no error. He is an E4, which means he has to avoid 16 and 18, which he did. So it's going to drop in for a single for Bump Wills. Now, can he steal? Rudy May is a 0. Skaggs is a -1 arm. So if he got the jump, it would be a 15. So they're going to try it. 2-6, he gets the jump to try to steal. 7, he just missed the jump, so he cannot get the jump. He will, of course, be held, but he can't get the jump. So now we'll move on to Bert Campaneris, shortstop. Campy. We get a 1-4 against the lefty. That's a fly ball right field. And there's one away as Singleton puts that away. One down for Toby Hara. And I'm going ahead and rolling the 20 with the other dice to check for balks and pass balls and all that good stuff. Actually, let me check Skaggs because Rudy May has no balk rating. Skaggs does have a pass ball rating of 2, so we'll have to check that every time. Here's Toby Hara. That is a 4-8 off of Rudy May, and that's trouble. 1 to 5 is a double, and 6 to 20 is a single. Remember, this was checking the balks and pass balls, so we got to re-roll it for the split chances. So 1 to 5 is a double, 6 to 20 is a single. That is a double, but it's 2 stars, so Wills, even with his speed, cannot score. But Texas threatening here in the first. Runners at second and third with only 1 out, and Willie Horton the batter. Orioles think it's going to be tough going against Blyleven. They're going to bring the infield in. So I'll go ahead and roll this separately just so it won't be confusing. At 20, nothing's going on. So here's Willie Horton with the infield in. 1-11, and that's a ballpark single check. Ballpark single check, but again, it's only a 1, so not likely. And it wasn't, so he's going to line it to short, and that'll freeze everybody right where they are. So Willie Horton hit it hard, but couldn't get it done. So now the infield back to normal for Mike Hargrove. Nothing on the 20. Hargrove against May, lefty on lefty. 3-7. Fly to center. That's going to end the inning. So Rudy May pitches out of that mess and keeps the Rangers off the board. We go to the bottom of the first. Rangers nothing, and the Orioles coming to bat. And the Oriole lineup will feature Al Bumry in center, Dower at second, Singleton in right, Murray at first, May the DH, Pat Kelly in left field, DeSensei at third, Skaggs the catcher, and Belanger the shortstop. Facing Bert Behome Blyleven. 5-6 is a strikeout, so Blyleven's got that curveball working early. Strikes out Bumry. Here's Rich Dower. 5-7, and that's a split chance right there. Base hit. 1 to 3 is a double. 4 to 20 is a single, and that's a single for Rich Dower. He's not really a threat to steal, so he will stand tight. For the big boys, Singleton and Murray coming up. Nothing on the 20. Kenny Singleton, 4. He's a switch hitter batting left, 4-9. Ground ball shortstop X. Campaneris is a 2E29. Can he get to it as a 2? 2 and a 12. He does get to it, but what kind of a get to it is it? 2 and a 12 is a G1, so possible double play. And his error rating is an E29, and he has to avoid 11, 17, and 18. And that's a 4. So that's not a problem whatsoever. 3 would have been an error as well, but not a 4. So it's going to be a 6-4-3 double play. So Blyleven gets the ground ball he needs, and the inning is over. Go to the second, no score here at Memorial Stadium. And Ken Henderson, the batter. 1-5 for Henderson against a lefty. That's a solid double to right field. So Ken Henderson with the double. Second double of the game for the Rangers. Henderson scores no threat to steal. He will not even be held. He's not a very good base runner. So here's Sundberg. Nothing on the 20. Jim Sundberg, 2-5 against a lefty. That's a walk. That's going to put runners at first and second. It does set up a double play chance, so that's the one good thing, I guess, if you want to look at it that way. Juan Beniquez is a very good bunter. He could bunt, and I think they will have him bunt. So we'll go to our super advanced bunt chart. And to do that, you roll 2 D6s plus the white die. So we really don't roll in 3 D6s. The white die is going to tell you the fielder. All right, he's an A bunter. He becomes a B bunter because they have the corners in. And that's a 3. So a 3 on a B bunter is a good sacrifice. Good sacrifice. The white die is a 4, which means it's the first baseman, Eddie Murray, that will just take it and tag the runner coming in himself, 3 unassisted. But that moves the runners up to second and third with only 1 out. But you do have a lefty-lefty matchup with Claudel Washington. He's kind of batting ninth as like their secondary leadoff man, although it is lefty on lefty. Infield again is going to play in, trying to cut that runoff. Nothing on the 20. Here's Claudel against Rudy May, 4-10. And it's a ground ball first base B. Ground ball first base B. So let's look at our chart. Super advanced chart. Ground ball B with the runner at second and third and the infield in. Ground ball B is a 7. 7 says batter safe, lead runner is out. So how about that? Lead runner is out. Murray throws to Skaggs covering, and they nail Henderson at the plate. Call it 3-2 on the putout. Sundberg will go to third, and Washington reaches on the fielder's choice. So now we got runners at the corners. Claudell Washington is a threat to steal. If he can get a jump from 3 through 6, he can get that jump. To 4, he will not get the jump, so he will have to hold as well. They will hold him on. Runners at the corners with 2 outs for Bump Wills. And there's nothing on the 20. Here's Rudy May to Wills. Wills singled his first trip. 3-3. He's going to ground to third. DeSensei's got it. And again, Rudy May pitches out of that mess. And playing the infield in, cut off that run, so the gamble paid off. We go to the bottom of the second, still no score. And Eddie Murray steps to the plate against Blyleven. 6-11, struck him out. So Blyleven, again, curveball seems to be working in this cool October air. Here is Lee May. 5-5, struck him out. So again, fluttering that curveball and baffling these Oriole hitters. Here's Pat Kelly, left fielder. 2-11 for Kelly, and he's going to ground it to Hargrove and steps on the bag himself. And that's a very easy 1-2-3 inning. Earl Weaver not too happy. Just pulled out his first Chesterfield. Got a whole pack, so he may go through the whole thing depending on how the game goes. We go to the top of the third, no score, and here is Bert Campaneris. 3-8 against the lefty Rudy May. Ground ball to short, that's Belanger territory. He will make it very easily, 1 away. Brings up Toby Hara. 1-7, and that's a ground ball to short. So again, Mark Belanger up to the task. 2 up, 2 down. Here's the big man, Willie Horton. 3-6 for Willie Horton, and he struck him out. He got nothing but air. And that's a 1-2-3 inning for Rudy May. So we're locked in a pitching duel so far. Although both teams have very good offenses, the pitchers are ruling the day right now. Of course, that's subject to change very quickly. Here's Doug DeSensei. That's a 1-5, and that's a leadoff walk for DeSensei. Sometimes those leadoff walks can come back to bite you. Now DeSensei, they're not gonna try to run there. Although, well, let's see. Blyleven is a +3, and the catcher arm Sundberg is a -4. So that there you go. That's why you don't run. So here's Skaggs. Nothing on the 20. Skaggs. 5-5 against Blyleven. Struck him out. 1 away. That's the 4th strikeout for Blyleven. And here's Mark Belanger. Nothing on the 20. Belanger. 3-6 for Belanger, and he flies to right for out number 2. And that flips the order over to Al Bumry. Nothing on the 20. Bumry. 1-6. That's a single 2 stars for Bumry. That'll put runners on the corners. And for the first time, the Orioles put up a threat. Bumry is a decent base stealer, but with runners on the corners, you really hate to run yourself out of a potential run-scoring inning, so they're going to let Dower swing away. And Earl, not a big fan of the stolen base anyway. 5-5, and that's that strikeout spot, so that curveball fluttered in there, baffled Dower, and they leave runners on the corners, and Earl takes an extra puff, and he's pacing that dugout. Here's Mike Hargrove, leadoff man here in the top of the 4th, no score. Lefty on lefty. Hargrove's dropped in the order down to 5th because of the left-hander. 2-3, and he's going to, 2-3 is a ballpark single check, which is, again, only a 1. So only a 5% chance for a base hit. And came close, but didn't quite get it. He lines to second. 1 down, and that brings up Ken Henderson. 4-4, he's a switch hitter batting right. 4-4 is a fly ball center field X. That is Bumry. And Bumry, it's a 4 and a 5. That's going to drop in for another hit. He's an E4, and that's a 10. No error, but it will be a base hit for Henderson, as Bumry, with his 4 range, has allowed a couple balls to drop in. Henderson, let's check him out for. No, he's not really much of a base stealer, so they won't even hold him on. There's a 1, so chance for a wild pitch. Rudy May's wild pitch rating is a 1. And there's no wild pitch, so we move on to Sundberg. 1-6 against the lefty. That's a fly to right. And there's 1 away for Juan Beniquez, center fielder. Nothing on the 20. 2-5. 2-5 is a ground ball shortstop A. That is a 6-4-3. Just the way Earl likes it, double play. And we go to the bottom of the 4th. Still zip to zip. Rudy May has a fatigue of 7 and Blyleven fatigue of 8, so they could certainly log some innings if they're effective. Here's Ken Singleton hitting to a double play, his first trip. 1-7, he will lead off with a solid single. So Singleton's aboard, he's not going to be held, he's not much of a runner. And that'll bring up Eddie Murray. Orioles trying to avoid the double play if possible. 3-4. And that's a ground ball pitcher A. It will be a double play, just like that. 1-6-3. That's 2 away very quickly. 2 up and 2 down. Here's Lee May. 2-2 for Lee May as a 2-out walk. So that double play really stings now. May not any kind of a base stealer, so he will stay put. Pat Kelly, that's a 2. So chance of a pass ball or a balk. No balk rating for Blyleven. And the pass ball rating on Sundberg is only a 1. So if this is a 4, 5, or 6, we'll check that. But it's a 1, so we're checking balk, and there is no balk. So here we go. Pat Kelly. 3-6 for Kelly. He's going to strike him out. So again, Blyleven gets out of it with a key curveball. And we go to the 5th. Still zip to zip. Rudy May and Bert Blyleven matching zeros. Here's Claudel. 2-8 for Claudel against a lefty. Ground ball to Belanger at short. 1 away. So the question is whoever scores first might win the game. Here's Bump Wills. 5-7. Switch hitter batting right. 5-7's ground ball second base X. That is Dower. He's a 3-E-17. So let's see if he can get to this ball. 3-10 he will. E-17 he's got to avoid. And E-17 he's got to avoid 6, 15, and 18. Also 3. And he does. So it's a good play for Rich Dower. 2 down. Brings up Campaneris. 2-5. And that is a 1-8 triple. 9-20 will be a single. And that is a triple for Bert Campaneris. So how about that? Unfortunately for Texas, it came with 2 outs and the base is empty. So it's still going to require most likely another base hit. Or maybe an error to get the run home. Nothing on the 20. Here's Toby Harrah. 4-5. Ground ball to short. Belanger's got it. Innings over. So the triple goes to waste. We go to the bottom of the 5th. Still zip to zip. Just wanted to make sure that everything was still in camera. All right. Because I'm recording this and not streaming it, I can't see. I have a hard time seeing what's being recorded, where if I'm doing a stream I can have the computer up, but it's a little bit harder this way, but that's okay. Here's DeSensei. 5-7, and again DeSensei, or was it DeSensei? No, I think it was somebody else found that 5-7 earlier. I think it was Dower. But 1-3 is a double, but instead it's a single, but it's a leadoff single for DeSensei. He's aboard for Dave Skaggs, and Skaggs is an A bunter. So they might be thinking about bunting here. And I think they will. Earl's going to say, screw it, we're going to bunt. So he's an A bunter, becomes a B bunter. And on a 7, on a B bunter, that is a good sacrifice. The white die is 4, which means it's the first baseman Hargrove. So Hargrove will just take it and tag Skaggs out. So he gets the job done, but now you're depending on number 9 hitter Mark Belanger to do something to get DeSensei across the plate. 1-7, ground ball to short, so no double play. They weren't playing in. DeSensei was not being held, so or if he was, the second baseman would be responsible. So it's just a regular ground out. And now there's 2 away for Al Bumry. Last chance in the inning for the Orioles to get something done. See, a small ball works for Earl. 6-5. It might. 1-9's a home run, but he does have weak power. But it would be enough to get the run home anyway. With a base hit, it'd be a single, 2 stars. So that would be enough to get the run home. But it's a 1-9. He's got to get the 1-9 to do it. He does not. It's a 20. So instead, it's a fly to right, and the inning is over. So bum rake came close, but no cigar, or in Earl's case, no Chesterfield. So we go to the top of the 6th, still 0-0, and Willie Horton stepping to the plate. Horton lined to short and struck out. 2-9. He's going to strike out again. So Willie Horton with the big K. Here's Mike Hargrove, lefty on lefty. 2-9. All these hits in column 2 against the lefty, and he found one of the ones that with no hit, which is a fly to left. So 2 down, and that brings up Ken Henderson. He singled and doubled in this game. 6-6. This time he's going to ground to DeSensei at third, and it's an easy 1-2-3 inning for Rudy May. And we go now to the bottom of the 6th. It'll be Rich Dower. Rich Dower, Ken Singleton, and Eddie Murray. Part of the order coming up. 3-8. He will fly to right. Henderson is there, 1 away. Here's Singleton. Singleton grounded to a double play, and he's singled. 1-10, and that's a 1-4 single. 5-20, and Hargrove snags it. And Hargrove gets it, steps on the bag for out number 2. So here's Eddie Murray. He's capable of tying the game in one, or giving the Orioles lead 1 swing of the bat. We get a 2-9, and 2-9 is a strikeout. He's also capable of striking out. So Blyleven twirling the zeros, matching Rudy May pitch for pitch. We go to the 7th, and it's still 0-0. And this is the point of weakness inning for Rudy May, so we'll keep an eye on that. And the Orioles certainly have couple good bullpen guys. They do have Dick Drago and Tippy Martinez, as well as Nelson Briles. And if they need longer relief, they have Scott McGregor and Dennis Martinez as their long relievers, but they're kind of past the long reliever stage. All right, so here we go. Jim Sundberg. 2-11 for Sundberg, and he's going to ground to DeSensei. That's 1 away, and here's Juan Beniquez. 3-11, and that's a walk. So Juan Beniquez, 1 out walk. Now, will he try to steal? He's going to try to get the jump for sure. A 2 through 10 will get him the jump, but an 11 or 12 will get him picked off. So he's got to be careful about that. That's an 8, so he gets the jump. So since he gets the jump, he gets a 15, but the aggregate of 0 and -1 makes that a 14. Being held makes it a 12. So 1 through 12, and he will steal second base. And he's caught stealing. So Beniquez out of there. Skaggs threw a BB down there and got him out. So Texas trying to create something as well, and it didn't work out for him. Now it's 2 out spaces empty for Claudel. 4-5, and that's a fly ball to left field, put away by Kelly. We go to the bottom of the 7th, still zip to zip. Who will crack first? And Rudy May only allowing a walk, so far against his point of weakness, he's still fine to go to the 8th inning. Bert Blyleven, his inning starts next inning for the fatigue. So he's just rolling along right now. 6-8 is another strikeout. And he's just rolling along, getting those strikeouts as well. Here's Pat Kelly. 4-9, and that's a ground ball shortstop X, which is Campaneris. He's a 2. 2 and a 19, he'll get to that. He is an E29, and again on the E29, you're avoiding 3, 11, 17, and 18. And he does just that for an easy ground out. 2 down for DeSensei. 4-4. That's a ballpark single check, but again, it's only a 1. So instead, he will line it to short. And that's going to end the inning. We go to the 8th. And Rudy May, like I said, only allowed 1 walk, so he can allow 3 more base runners this inning before reaching that point of fatigue. Top of the order, Bump Wills. 6-5. That's a fly to right, put away by Singleton. 1 down. That brings up Campy. 5-8. That's a pop up to Belanger. 2 up, 2 down for Toby Harrah. 2-12. That's a split chance. 1-10 is a single. 11-20, and Belanger will snag it. And that's a base hit, 2-out single for Toby Harrah. And he might look to steal. He stole 27 bases, only got caught 5 times in the regular season in real life. So, if he gets the jump, he can have a 17 minus the 1 would be a 16. But to get the jump, he's got to get a 4 or a 6 to get the jump. And he cannot get the jump. So Toby Harrah will be held, but cannot get the jump. And here is Willie Horton. Struck out his last 2 times, but he's still dangerous. 1-6, and that's exactly right with being dangerous. That's a double to right field. And you know Harrah is going to be trying to score with 2 outs. He was being held, which makes him speed from a 16 to a 15. But there are 2 outs to give him a 17. Singleton's a -1 arm is a 16. So 1-16, and he will score. And he does. So RBI double for Willie Horton. Struggled the whole game, but gets the RBI double. 2-out RBI double when it counts. And the Rangers grab a 1-0 lead. And Earl, just disgusted now, lighting up another Chesterfield. Can't believe they gave up a 2-out hit like that. Here's Hargrove. 3-12, and Rudy May walks Hargrove. So now he has reached his point of weakness, and they're going to go to the bullpen, I do believe. Now you got a switch hitter, Henderson, coming up, who hits pretty well on both sides of the plate, so it really doesn't matter if you bring in a righty or a lefty in this case. But it looks like they're going to bring in Dick Drago. So Dick Drago is on in relief of Rudy May. As Rudy May started to fatigue there in the 8th. Rudy May goes 7 2/3. And so far 1 run, but the runners on base are his responsibility at first and second. And there's 2 outs. So here's Ken Henderson. Horton, no runners are being held, obviously. And actually, with it being in the 8th, they're going to go ahead and bring in a pinch runner for Horton as the DH. See if they can sneak another run across. They're going to bring in Sandy Alomar to run. He runs at a 15. So Sandy Alomar will take over as the DH as he pinch runs. That they're trying to get every advantage they can get. Or the Rangers try to sneak that extra run across. So Horton has been lifted. He did his job with the double. And now Drago facing Henderson. Nothing on the 20. Trying to keep it a 1-run game. 2-10. That's a ground ball to short, so he was able to do it. Belanger puts it away. So just the 1 run, it was earned off of Rudy May, but it might just be enough. Let's see. How many hits did he allow? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I got him unofficially for 7 hits. I'll figure out the walks and strikeouts later. I don't want to take up too much time on that. Can always do that at the end of the game. All right, so Bert Blyleven now has been given a 1-0 lead. This is his point of weakness inning. And we're going to have Skaggs, Belanger, and Bumry, but Earl's going to be going to his bench. And with the bottom of the order, Skaggs and Belanger are both going to be lifted for pinch hitters. We are going to have Larry Harlow. Larry Harlow will hit for Skaggs. And let's see who's going to hit for... Looks like it's going to be Tony Muser is going to hit for Belanger. And then Dempsey will come in and catch. And Kiko Garcia will come in and play short. So a lot of little logistic things to get out of the way here. So let's write in the defensive ratings here for Dempsey. As a catcher, he's a T14. He's a 2, 7, and a -3. Running at an 11. And Garcia, not very good, not as good defensively. So they're going to give up something defensively, but they need offense. 3 E33 and a 14 for Kiko Garcia. But the pinch hitters will have to have their say first. So Larry Harlow is going to pinch hit for Skaggs against Blyleven. 5-3. Ground ball pitcher X. He's a 2E6. 2E6. 2 and 13. We'll get to that. E6 as a pitcher. Have to avoid 3, 13, and 18. And he does. It's a 15. So it's a good play. As the play is made by Blyleven. So Harlow does not get the job done. Here's Tony Muser, another lefty. Tony Muser. And that's a 6-4. And he struck him out. So Blyleven strikes him out. So both pinch hitters fail big time. And now here's Al Bumry. 110 for Bumry. He's going to ground to Bump Wills at second. And that's going to end the inning. So actually I forgot to move these guys over. 1-3 goes there, K goes there, and a 4-3 goes there. Should have my whiteout with me, and I do over here, but I'm not going to worry about it right now. I need to do it because it's going to make the score sheet look awfully weird. So let's get that cleaned up, as they say. I don't know why I started it in the same 7th inning instead of starting in the 8th inning on the score sheet. That was kind of weird. So there you go. All right, so we go to the 9th. We are, in fact, in the 9th inning. Blyleven's still pitching the shutout. Now, Drago. Is Drago going to stay in the game? Let's see. They got Sundberg, Beniquez, and Washington. So Drago only faced one batter, so he's going to come back and try to get through this 9th inning. 1-0 Texas here in Game 1. From Memorial Stadium, Texas trying to get the early edge on the road. Here's Sundberg, 3-5, and they may do it here against Drago. 1-2 is a triple, 3-20 is a double. That is a double for Jim Sundberg, a leadoff double. And now, of course, he's not going to be held. He doesn't run all that well. Here's Beniquez, center fielder. Nothing going on there. 5-8, and that's a 1 for a single. Anything else he grounds to third, and the runner will have to hold. And that's exactly what it is. DeSensei looks him back, 1 out. Here's Claudell Washington. Now he gets to bat against a right-handed pitcher, so it could be a little dangerous here. They could think about going to Tippy, but they're going to stick with Dick Drago, I think. 3-11, it was probably a bad move, but that's a ballpark home run chance, which is a 9. So 1-9 is a home run. It's a 10. He just missed it. Fly to left. Pat Kelly hauls it in at the last minute. So 2 down. Not doing robbing home runs or any of that stuff. So the fact that he was 1 off that number means nothing. So Washington almost gave the Rangers a 3-0 lead, but not quite. Here's Bump Wills. Drago breathing a sigh of relief. Still got to get Wills, though. 3-6, and he walks him. So he walks Bump Wills, and that puts runners at first and second for Campaneris. And this might be the last batter Drago gets to face because Tippy Martinez is ready in the bullpen. But Campaneris not quite as good against righties, so they're going to take a chance that Drago can get it done. But it's off Drago's card. 5-7 is a single, 2 stars. That won't get it done. That'll be an additional run. And Earl Weaver is kicking himself for not bringing in Tippy Martinez. He will come in now, but it's a little bit too late. It's now 2-0. But Tippy Martinez will be coming on now to try to get out of the rest of this mess. There are 2 outs, so just have to get 1 out. But Tippy Martinez is in. Even though it's a lefty on righty matchup, they got to do something. Drago was faltering there. So nothing there. Here's Toby Hara, 2-8, and that's another walk against the lefty. So that will load the bases for Alomar because they took Horton out of the game for a pinch runner. So we have Alomar, who is the new DH. Now they could bring in somebody else to DH that's a better hitter maybe, because they were obviously going for speed. Although Alomar's 265 hitter, so you know what? They're going to leave him in there. He's pretty decent against lefties. They're going to leave him in there. Bases loaded, 2 outs. Nothing on the 20. This could be the game right here. It's going to blow it wide open with a base hit. 3-4, but well, look at this. It's a pop out to short, but he's got the clutch rating where he's a good clutch hitter. So that turns into a single 2 stars. How about that? I think it's 2 stars. Let me double check that. I believe it's a single 2. It might be single 1 star. So that's the difference between a run and not a run. So I want to make sure I get this right. Nope, it's a single 2 stars. Sure is. 2-run single, and that just blows this thing wide open. It's now 4-0 as the Oriole bullpen has imploded a little bit. Sandy Alomar, of all people, with a clutch hit, makes it 4-0. Here's Hargrove, lefty on lefty against Tippy. That's a 6-2 split chance, 1-17 for a single. Only 1 star, but it would be enough to score Hara from third base. 18-20, he lines out. And it's going to be a single, so that will score Hara from third base. Alomar goes to second, but now 4 runs in the inning is 5-0. And Blyleven looking to cruise a complete game shutout. Here's Henderson. Nothing on the 20. It's Tippy or bust now. 6-6. And he struck him out. Does show the dot there, though, so I'm wondering if he's tired. He gave up 3 straight hits. So I'm thinking he might be tired, but I'm not sure. I don't think facing 3 batters makes him tired, at least logically. I don't know what the strat rules are, but you're not going to tell me Tippy Martinez faces 3 batters and gets tired. I just don't buy that. So I'm going to call it a strikeout. Right or wrong, I'm calling it a strikeout. So it's 5-0 as they send 9 to the plate, and a dejected Orioles crowd is heading for the exits. Orioles' last chance. It's Rich Dower to lead it off. That's a 2-5, and that's a leadoff walk. Not exactly what Blyleven wanted. Here's Singleton. Don't want to give up free base runners if you're Blyleven. Want to make them earn it. 5-3. That's a ground ball pitcher X again, which is a 2 E6. 2 and a 16 is a G1, possible double play. E6 and a 7 for a pitcher should be okay. And it is, so it's a double play. 1-6-3 double play. Second double play that Singleton has hit into. And now it's 2 outs, bases clear for Eddie Murray. 2-7, grounds to second. Wills throws to Hargrove, and the ball game is over. Texas defeats the Orioles 5-0 here on the first game of the ALCS. The man of the hour, Bert B. Home Blyleven. He pitches a beauty. 5 runs and a complete game and gets the win. Tough luck loss to Rudy May. The bullpen really kind of imploded on him. I don't know how much. Let me check and see how much time I've got left on the video. I got 30. It's only 38 minutes, so I got time to do a recap, I do believe. So let's do the recap on the stats, especially, at least for Blyleven anyway. You know, he pitches the shutout. Let's see how many hits he gave up. He gave up 1, 2, 3, 4. Only got him for 4 hits, so he pitched a 4-hit shutout. I don't think there are any errors in the game on either side. So 4 hits. Let's check walks and strikeouts. He walked 1, 2, 3, walked 3, and he struck out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Struck out 9. So unofficially, real quick, 9 innings pitched, 4 hits, no runs, 3 walks, and 9 strikeouts for Bert Blyleven. He is the winner. And we'll finish up on Rudy May, get his totals through 7 2/3. We got his hits and his runs. Let's see here. We had allowed 1 run, but he's going to allow 3 total because of the inherited runners. So he actually allows 3 runs, not 1 run. So I have to correct that. All right, let's get his walks. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 walks for Rudy May. And the strikeouts. 1, 2, just 2. All right, Dick Drago came in, and Dick Drago Let's see here. No, I'm sorry. Rudy May only allowed 1 run. My bad. Wasn't doing those 2 runs were Drago's, not Rudy May. I was looking at the wrong column. My bad. I was trying to make Rudy May look bad. Rudy May allowed the 1 run, which was earned, and that's it. So let's fix that. All right, now Drago he had his issues. Drago got a third of an inning here. He pitched 1 inning, and he gave up 1, 2 hits and a walk, but 2 runs, and he didn't strike anybody out. Tippy Martinez, a third of an inning, and he gave up a walk and 2 hits plus a run. Did get a strikeout. So 11 hits total for the Rangers. So unofficially, Texas, well, officially they win the game and take a 1-game-to-none lead in the ALCS, but unofficially the stats: 5 runs, 11 hits, no errors for Texas. No runs, 4 hits, no errors for the Orioles. Burt Beholm, Bly 11, gets the win with a complete game shutout. Rudy May takes the tough loss, going 7 2/3 and giving up just the 1 run. But Drago and Martinez, rough time of it for the Oriole bullpen. So Texas gets the jump on the series, and they did it on the road. So pressure now is all over the Orioles and Mike Flanagan, who is the next starter. It'll be Mike Flanagan for the Orioles against Gaylord Perry for the Rangers. So your matchup, Gaylord Perry against Mike Flanagan. Now they do have Palmer. He'll be ready in Game 3 because they get a day off to travel. So he will be rested enough to pitch Game 3, but you don't want to be down 0-2. You want to have 1-1 with Palmer coming up for you, even though it's on the road. So there you have it. Hope you enjoyed that Strat-O-Matic presentation from Memorial Stadium, where the Orioles took it on the chin 5-0 as they could not solve Burt Beholm, Bly 11. So that's going to do it from here. Hope you are enjoying whatever game you choose to play and however you choose to play it. And until next time, I will see you all down the road.